Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
Each team in the NFL gets to pick one player every single year to nominate for the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. And this award goes to the guy that does the most in the community and helps other people because, as football and athletes, all those things, it's huge. And I'm starting this episode off with this because I think that it is extremely important. And what you do in the community, the 49ers put a very, very high value on what that is. And Curtis Robinson, who comes in number 46 on our 49ers roster countdown for 2025, he's a legend. Back-to-back years, he's led the 49ers in volunteer hours and just helping in the community. And, he's had a rough career with injuries and tore his ACL in September. The next day after he tore his ACL, I'm sorry, just a few days. I don't want to overinflate it. Just a couple days afterwards, he was back in the local children's hospital, uplifting patient spirits, and just right after surgery, he was back there and just reading to elementary school kids. This guy gets exactly what it means to be a quote-unquote celebrity or football star. And the injuries have not gone well. We'll detail all of that. But and this, obviously nobody ever wants this to happen, and Fred Warner has been the most Iron Man in the NFL since he's been drafted. But I can tell you this, from being at all the training camp practices for the last 3 seasons, if there was an injury to the legend that is Fred Warner, they would want Curtis Robinson to be the backup. He is that guy. They are grooming him completely to be the backup Mike Backer. And he's been through 3 defensive coordinators now, going on to his 4th because he was here with D'Amico. He was here with everybody, Wilkes, Sorensen, and now he's been through it all. In 2022, he was 85th on the countdown. 2023, he was 57th. 2024, he was 68th. And this year, he's 46th. And a big reason for that jump up is it has been made clear by the 49ers establishment and Curtis Robinson that this is a ride or die moment. If he could stay healthy, now the good news is his ACL happened in September. So he's had time, but I could 100% see Curtis Robinson being one of those pup list candidates that you just stash and break glass in case of emergency. And if you have a linebacker go down at any point, you activate him, he's in your rotation and on every single special teams unit. That's what they want him to be. He is the Jalen Moore to Trent Williams. You know what I mean? He is that. Now, you haven't had that issue with Fred Warner, thank God, but Curtis Robinson is a leader, knows this defense in and out. Everybody in the locker room loves him, and he's a beast. You go through his measurements. He wears jersey number 36 currently, 6'3", 236. He's one of the biggest linebackers we have. 32-inch arms. He's 26 years old. He runs a 4.6 40, good speed, 1.64 10-yard, a little slow on the burst, 7 flat 3-cone, good change of direction, 22 bench press reps. You put in his measurables on Mock Draftable, 98.6% match with Fred Warner. The Niners have 2 molds for linebackers. There's the big guy, Curtis Robinson, Fred Warner. There's the small, undersized, quick, Dre Greenlaw, Aziz, Nick Martin, D. Winters. There's 2 different molds. Curtis Robinson is the Mike linebacker role. You would like him in that DFF role. He just hasn't stayed healthy, where he's that number 3, number 4 linebacker, but helps on special teams. It's just been health. That's the only knock on Curtis Robinson, and his commitment to the Niners is huge. He was on the 49ers practice squad and got offered a roster position with the Tennessee Titans. He turned him down. He said, nope. It was towards the end of the season, and he said, nope, I want to stay here with the 49ers. I don't want to go be on Titans active roster. I'm a Niner, and he chose to stay with the 49ers. So I'm not concerned about him. It's not so much about the 53 with him. He's going to be here. That's just what it is. And he's from Santa Ana, went to Mater Day, one of the best programs in the country. 3-year varsity letters in football, a 5-star recruit, chose to go to Stanford. And, he was the nation's 3rd highest rated linebacker. California's 5th best recruit out of the state. won all kinds of awards. The LA Times gave him their Glenn Davis Award, which is the annual award to the best high school football player in the Los Angeles era. Best player, period. All team first state, all county first team, whatever. First team, just everything. I mean, the dude was just a beast. 3-time Letterman Scholar Award winner. He was the National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete for the country. Like, intelligence, off the field, check. I do think that he's going to start the season off on the pup, though, especially camp. They could activate him, but I think that they value the depth in the roster maneuverability with having him on the pup. And so the physically unable, he's not going to count against the initial 53 if he stays on that throughout all of camp. He's been through so many of these training camps. This just smells like a Shanahan tricky move to me. And it also allows Curtis the time to get right. And I think that's important. Goes to Stanford, was there for 4 seasons, and, man, finished with 144 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. I mean, he was all over the place. 2-time All Pac-12 honorable mention. He won the Al Masters Award, which goes to the highest athletic honor presented by Stanford University across all sports. And Stanford's got some top-tier sports. He won the Jack Huston Award, which is the player exemplifying aggressiveness, exceptional performance, and unheralded efforts. Team captain. He just did it everywhere. Was exactly what you wanted. His dad played football at Chapman University, and he signs on with the Broncos. Went undrafted in the 2021 draft, and made the initial team. Gets signed on the practice squad, makes the team, gets elevated. He's playing in some of his early games, and then he got injured, and he had a wrist/thumb issue, and it's just they waive him. The Niners pick him up in December 6th of 2021. He's been with the Niners since, and it's just like, how do you? Here's his injuries. 2021, wrist and thumb issue. 2022, high ankle sprain in the last preseason game, goes on IR. Was dealing with the groin issue through camp before that. 2024, tears his ACL September. You know what I mean? And then ended his season. So he's got the time frame to be ready for camp. But again, I don't think that's gonna shake out too well. You brought in 4 to 5 brand new linebackers with Robert Saleh. You just stash this guy, sneak him onto the PUP list, and you're gonna be all right. If somebody goes down, you can call him up. He was signed to the Niners practice squad, and again, he's been there ever since. A 1-year, $1.1 million deal this year. 0 guaranteed money. Career earnings $1.8 million. Not much. Got 0 career starts, but has played in 15 games, and again is the backup at the Mike Backer spot. They would want him to run that. I really, really do. Now, maybe you shift over D. Winters, maybe you shift over Nick Martin, all those things. But Curtis Robinson has called this defense so many times in preseason games, in training camp, in OTAs. Like, he has done it. He could do it in his sleep. Even though he hasn't been with Robert Saleh, I'm telling you, that's what he would look like. Now, he started 3 preseason games. He logged 81 snaps last year on defense. His grades, Curtis Robinson, 63.1 overall grade. 35 snaps on special teams, 71.1 grade. Pretty positive. Can he stay healthy? Can he sneak onto the roster? Or do they just stash him? So, you're going to start to get a lot of the incoming med checks. Curtis Robinson's one of the first places I'm looking. Is he on PUP or is he on the active? What's that going to be? Because that's going to tell you. If they put him on PUP, just know sneaky stuff's going to take place there. But I think at some point in the 2025 season, Curtis Robinson is going to have to play meaningful snaps for the 49ers, whether it's at Will linebacker, Mike linebacker, God forbid, or special teams. This guy's going to be in the red and gold. It's just what it is. And I'm excited about it because he's such a good dude, and I can't wait to keep rooting for him. Shout out to Ben, Josh, and Zach, executive producers of this series. And for us in the 49ers Rush team, we're just going to keep counting down.